Hello, this is John Sims with the Avaya Serviceability Engineering Team. This video is about the Avaya B5800 Branch Gateway B5800AdminLite configuration on Avaya Aura System Manager. First, a few notables about the B5800AdminLite configuration. B5800AdminLite is a separate executable download from the Avaya PLDs site and is then hosted on System Manager. Once installed, System Manager will check versioning and then launch the local PC IP Office Manager. If IP Office Manager is not installed on the administration PC, you will be prompted to install it. That's where B5800AdminLite is then installed directly from the System Manager server to the administration PC through download and subsequent installation. System Manager checks the PC environment variables for Manager application, both path and version, and I have the environment variables listed there, both the B5800 directory and the B5800 version. For pass-through Java to launch, System Manager will match on the version on the PC with what is contained in the Manager SFX version.properties file, which, as you see, is found in Avaya Branch Gateway version tools, and we'll show you all of this in this video. So you see we're starting our adventure together on the PLDs site, plds.avaya.com, which requires SSO login. I'm heading to the View Download section. So I'll click on that and I'll add in the company name. In my case it's Avaya, and then I'll apply company name. It'll bring up all of the locations, which I'll then use the drop down box, and I'll choose a location that I know will be suitable for this test. So I'll reapply, and then I see all the downloads that are available to me based on this location, but I'm going to filter further by scrolling down under application to Avaya Branch Gateway. Download type is software downloads, and then I'm going to actually give it the proper version number 6.2. Then I'll research, let it filter out once again, and what we want to download here is the smaller executable of the B5800 Branch Gateway AdminLite package. We do not want that admin CD, which is really 1.3 gigabytes. Even though megabytes is listed right now in PLDs, that'll soon be corrected. So if we download this, you see I'm just going to go through the normal download process, and I'm going to save the file to the hard drive of my own PC. So that's the first step, is download this from PLDs. The second step is, you see I've launched Win Secure Copy. So with WinSCP, I'm heading into the file system. I've logged in with admin privileges, and I've gone to Avaya ABG 62.12 tools. Now there's the properties file we're going to manage later. Right now I'm going to copy this B5800AdminLite that I've successfully downloaded from PLDs. I'm going to copy that up into System Manager. Once I've copied it, you see I'm clicking on it like crazy. I'm going to right click in WinSCP, and I'm just going to rename it to get rid of the versioning information in the name. Now that's just something I like to do to keep the file name streamlined. So you see the second step is I've made a PuTTY connection to System Manager and logged in with the admin account. And I'm going to change directory to an alias, which is ABG Home. That is actually Avaya ABG in the version. And then from that directory I'm going to CD to tools. So you see my full path now in the tools directory. If I list, you see there's the version properties file that we're going to administer later or modify later, but right now I want to make a soft link. So I'm going to make a soft link, as you see me doing, of the B5800AdminLite.executable to the manager sfx.executable, and I'll run that command, the soft link command, and then I'll list it out. You see a soft link has been created. So I'm going to make a point here and point something out. We haven't modified the properties file I mentioned, so I'm heading into managing the B5800 from System Manager, security configuration, which always pulls a new copy from the B5800 switch, doesn't rely on a cache copy. And you see the error that's presenting itself. It's a version mismatch error, claiming that one version is installed in System Manager, another version is actually on the user PC or the administrator PC, and that's a direct result of not modifying this properties file. So we're going to double back and now modify the properties file to get everything to work accordingly. But before we do, I want to point out the other reason for the B5800AdminLite, and that is to be able to download it. You see, the last part of the message is you don't have the right version on the PC because it's checking the environment variable. Would you like to download it from the server? You're going to download it directly from System Manager. And there it is, the soft link file, the manager sfx.exe. If you click save to that file, you'll then download that file. I'll go ahead and run this so you see a few extra steps here. And you see I'm downloading the manager sfx.exe to my file system. So once it's downloaded, I'm sped up there, you can then execute the file and run the file. And then what you're doing here is you're installing just a stub application of the IP Office Manager, not the full admin suite, but just the IP Office Manager application, so you can manage B5800s from System Manager. Now this allows you to have an administrator PC that doesn't have the full B5800 admin suite installed, and instead just relies on this stub application just for administrative duties. So as you can see, I'm back on System Manager, logged in through PuTTY SSH, and I'm back in our favorite directory. And you see now I'm going to edit the manager sfx version.properties file using little shortcuts, using wildcards. And I'm going to go ahead and modify this now to our current release, which is 6.238. And that I'll show you now will match what we have as, and I'll save this file, what we have as far as PC environment variables. So I'm just going to cat the file just to see if my change is successful, and it is, and it's what I want, 6.238. Because right now what we'll do is we'll look at, as you see here, the environment variables of the PC are also calling on the versioning to be 6.238. We want that to match, and it does. So now it's time to give all of our handiwork a test on the main menu page, B5800 Branch Gateway subpages, and we can manage our B5800 systems. So I'll select the Sims B5800 and I'll select Edit. In Edit mode we have read and write permissions. It'll launch Java to pass through and launch our local IP Office Manager client that I have installed. I happen to have the full admin suite installed. So now that we have our version match, it's going to pop up that client for me. But you'll see the client is a little bit different. I'll show you there. I'll go to System, and under certificates, we can move around just as we normally would. I'll go to Configuration, and this is the change I'll make. Under System Manager Administration, I'll go ahead and uncheck that. But you'll see we have a reduced file menu here. We can only save securities and exit or exit. It's not quite like normal manager presents itself with all of the options under the file. So I'll make that change, click OK, and I'll save settings and exit. So you'll see it'll close down my local client, and now we're back on the System Manager page. And then give it a minute, it does come back to you with status. It tells you that the save edited and saved successfully. So now let's head to System Configuration. Again, I'll select the B5800 and go into Edit mode, giving us read and write mode, so we can actually make a configuration change. We have the nice version match. It's going to pop my IP Office Manager client, and I'm letting this run real time. The client takes a minute. The flow through happens fast, but the client takes a minute to initialize. It's a thick Java client on the PC side. So then, as you see here, I'll click into System. You see I'm managing the proper B5800 that I selected from System Manager. Again, we have a reduced toolbar set. The file is only giving us a save configuration file or exit. So I'll change the SIP sessions on the system to 20. and it's barking about an error that we don't have licensing yet. So now I can save the configuration file, and it says a merge is required while uploading the configuration. So I'll let this run real time. You'll see it comes back to System Manager, and now we have the option here where we can commit or schedule the change. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit commit to do it right away, but you could schedule the change. And again, if you head up to status, you'll see that the job status has been updated and it's scheduled to successfully run now. So if you want to check on this, you can head to the scheduler application again on System Manager. So head to scheduler under completed jobs, and you'll see it right there that it ran successfully, and it ran once because it was user initiated. Therefore frequency is once. So we could dig into the logs under scheduler if we needed to. Now I'm going to head back, and I'm going to, instead of using edit, I'm going to use the view option just to show the difference. The view option is good for administrators that you want to see a configuration but not necessarily make changes. So, or if you are even a seasoned pro but you want to be safe on this customer configuration, you only have the option to exit. So again, everything's grayed out. It's only a read-only option of the configuration. Let's say you wanted to see if our changes took, which they did. You see our SIP sessions are now a maximum set of 20, but we don't want to do anything that would risk a configuration change. Now if I head to PLDs, you'll see, and let me click it again, it's asking me to save that form page. Now we see we've pulled the licensing as well from the System Manager now that we've made this change for 20 SIP trunk sessions. And the only thing we can do now is exit. When we exit, we come back to System Manager. So it's a back and forth between the client and the System Manager, but everything is controlled by System Manager, and that completes our demonstration. Thank you for your time today. We welcome comments, questions, and feedback at mentor@avaya.com or on Twitter @AvayaMentor. For more details or related information, please visit support.avaya.com. Thank you for choosing Avaya.